My name's Michael Charles, and I'm a blues guitarist. Well, people, say in my genre I'm a blues guitarist, but I think I play a little bit more than just blues. But I guess overall, the roots of it's all blues. Originally from Australia, came to the United States. I got an invitation to come to the United States in 1989 by the legendary Mr. Buddy Guy. And in 1990, it all came to be that I finally got on the plane and came to the United States. Played at Legends, Buddy's club, for the first time. It was my first gig in the United States, in Chicago. And it's been moving forward since then. Never looked back, and here we are.
Well, I got the key to the highway. Good times about to go.
I started playing, I would have been 4 or 5, in that bracket, maybe 6, who knows, maybe even earlier, I don't know. But I don't remember not playing, because my dad used to play guitar. So there was that guitar always just staring at me. It was in either the living room or the dining room, or he'd leave it wherever he'd left it, in the kitchen. So, I would just pick up this guitar and just start fiddling on it. The guitar was bigger than me. And, my dad used to say to me, don't touch my guitar when I'm not around. I don't want you to break it. But, kids are kids. And it all started from there. Yeah, we were here in, I believe, February, and we're here again. They asked me back, which is always an honour. I love being asked back anywhere I play, and I know that I'm coming back here to this bar again, November 2nd. I travel all over. We just got back from touring Canada. We did 5 weeks in Canada. We travel all over the US, Australia. I got really lucky because my first gig in the United States was on the red carpet, being invited out by Mr. Buddy Guy. But at the same time, as soon as I walked on that stage and I looked to my side of me like this, and there's Mr. Guy, doesn't matter who you are, I got pretty weak at the knees.
It's time for you to run on home.
Yeah, Freeport is it's another one of those little towns. I play in a lot of little towns. I play in big cities, but there's a feel about a little town because when you play the little towns, you're normally in a little corner bar or something where everybody knows everybody somewhat, and there's this atmosphere that you don't get in a big place. I'm not saying the big places are not any good. I mean, they're just different. But like I was saying to you earlier on, playing the small places, it's important to me. I can't talk for all musicians, but for me it's important because that's the roots of it all. That's how we all started. We all start our first gigs, begging for a gig in a small local bar, and so I think you have to respect these gigs. as I was growing up, it's not like it is today with all the social media and everything. You relied on what you heard on the radio. So I would hear a lot of people like Eric Clapton, when he was with Cream, Elvis Presley, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. So they're all your influences when you starting in the business or when you start just playing. And then as I progressed in my career, then I was interested in who influenced my influences. And then I looked back, and that's when I started discovering people like B.B. King and Buddy Guy and you know, Albert Collins and Albert King and all these great players. And you can even go further back. And Muddy Waters, you know, I just come out. They just fly around in your head, all these names. But then you realise they're the ones that influenced your influences. So then you keep backtracking, and it just doesn't end. You know, I felt very humbled when I was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, the Chicago Blues Hall of Fame. That was another one that just floored me, unexpected out of the blue. And in the middle of all that, there was a documentary being put together on my life, and that was another thing that kind of floored me. So, but as these things happen, I guess the reason why I'm mentioning this is that again, I can't talk for all musicians, but for me, all it does is make me work harder, because they're all pats on the back. And the more pats on the back you get, well, for me, it just makes me work really hard to live up to those expectations or that pedestal people put you on, because I don't put myself on no pedestal at all, believe me. And so all those pats on the back just make me work very, very hard. But I can go on and on about things that happen in my life. No big deal. I just love playing music, and it's just great to be here.